My name is Preston Truman. I live in Salt Lake City, Utah. I was a ball boy for the Utah Jazz from 1996 to 2000. Growing up, always a huge NBA fan, especially Michael Jordan. I fell in love with Michael Jordan. Got 88 dunk contest, I think, like a lot of kids did. I think the best way to describe it is you're kind of a gopher for the trainers and players. You work for the trainers and the equipment managers, so you pretty much just set up the locker room for the players. That was the 96-97 NBA playoffs that I got, Kobe's shoes. At the time, Kobe really wasn't that well known. I think what he'd been the most known for is, at the time I remember, I didn't even know much about him, right? He'd won the dunk contest, but he wasn't getting a lot of playing time. He was in the locker room, just, bald head, fresh kid. He's 18, he's my same age. I was 18 at the time, he was 18. Just walked up and introduced myself and asked if he needed anything. And, he just, like Kobe, big old, bear hug, brought me in and, he was just cool as can be. As that series went on, I went up to him and just said, "Hey man, I'd love a pair of shoes at some point if you can." I'm kind of collecting them. It's just kind of fun thing that we do, as the season goes on. And he's like, "Absolutely, they're yours." He's like, "The only problem is I need them." So luckily for me, the series got pushed to Game 5 and they came back to Salt Lake. Unfortunately for the Lakers and Kobe, he shot all those air balls. It wasn't a great game for him, but the significance of the game now, looking back, him calling it one of the learning moments from his career. I remember after the game in the locker room, he was just he wasn't upset. He was just more like he wanted to get back out on the court, like that moment, and just and prove everybody that he could do it. And obviously, he went on to have one of the best careers of all time. And it's just amazing to look back and think about, that time and being there in the locker room with him. It's like I said, you want to pinch yourself. It's so cool. I think about him every day. I miss the dude. He became a friend and a family friend and met so many of my friends and family through the years. And, that Sunday when that happened, I still haven't recovered from it. I think about the guy daily. MJ he's a lot like he comes off in The Last Dance. He's everyone that walks in the room, he's got a snarky comment for, or he's going to say something, to try and rattle you, or, he would, cool as hell. He would ask me about college and how my grades are. When he's in the room, man, it's like electric. It's so hard to describe. All eyes are on him all the time. At some point, the trainer wanted to grab him, and his wristband was right there with him. And he said, "No, those are for him," and pointed over. I was kind of, standing back to the room, and ended up taking him home. It was crazy. I would say out of the two, Kobe was a little more congenial and a little more friendly. MJ was a little more, wanted to fill you out a little bit, rib you. But they're both, just unbelievable dudes. And I like I said, I can't believe to this day I got to work with them and get to know them on that level. Just so cool.